Hi everybody, this is Mike Brennan here at the National Hurricane Center. It's around 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, November 9th, coming on with the latest on a weakening tropical storm Rafael this morning, centered here over the central Gulf of Mexico. We've had the Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters out there, and their data show that the system is weakening pretty quickly. Maximum sustained winds now down to 50 miles per hour, and the actual circulation has been displaced here down to the southwest side of the shower and thunderstorm activity. Rafael right now is moving to the west-northwest, now down to 6 miles per hour. And is centered about 290 miles north-northwest of Progreso along the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. We still are not expecting significant direct impacts from Rafael, as the forecast is going to have the system moving rather slowly as it weakens here over the next 24 to 36 hours, losing its status as a tropical cyclone and becoming what we call a remnant low. And then the system is going to move more steadily to the southwest and south-southwest across the southwestern Gulf of Mexico as we go from Monday into Tuesday and Wednesday, with the remnants eventually moving towards the southern coast of Mexico, along the Gulf of Mexico coastline. Now, we are still dealing with some indirect effects from Rafael across the Gulf Coast this morning, and today we still have that risk of rip currents, a significant risk of rip currents high in many places from the west coast of Florida, everywhere you see in red here along the Florida Panhandle, the Alabama coastline, the middle and lower Texas coast, and even in these other areas here across Mississippi, Louisiana, and the upper Texas coast. Dangerous surf and rip current conditions are ongoing today and will persist as we look into Sunday in many of these same areas. And a reminder that storms that are still well offshore, like Rafael is, can produce these dangerous surf and rip current conditions. And please don't go into the ocean if it does not appear safe, and heed any warning flags that are flying at those beaches. Now, there is another impact going on, again, indirectly associated with the moisture on the periphery of Rafael. And if we go back here and look at the satellite imagery, you can see some significant shower and thunderstorm activity occurring over portions of the upper Texas coast into central and southwestern Louisiana. And that heavy rainfall associated with that moisture, indirectly associated with Rafael, could result in widespread rainfall totals of 3 to 6 inches of rain, with some isolated amounts as high as 10 inches across the upper Texas coast, southwest and central Louisiana from today through Sunday morning. And this will lead to some potentially significant flash flooding in this area, especially in these red and purple areas. This is our risk of flash flooding that includes places like Alexandria, down to Lake Charles, not too far from Baton Rouge, especially in these red and pink areas. That's where we could see that potentially life-threatening flash flooding developing. And again, if you are in these areas, there are flood watches and warnings out. You can get more information on that threat from your local National Weather Service office. So just to wrap up here on Rafael here on this Saturday morning, again, the system is weakening, expected to remain offshore and move very little over the next day or two as it gradually weakens. And then the remnants are going to move southward towards the coast of Mexico in the southern and southwestern Gulf. Again, that surf and rip current threat is going to persist through tomorrow, as well as that threat for heavy rainfall in portions of southeastern upper Texas coast and southwestern and central Louisiana. This is going to be our last live stream on Rafael from here at the Hurricane Center, but you can always come back here to Hurricanes.gov to get the latest information on Rafael through the rest of the event. And for more information from your local National Weather Service office, especially in those areas of Texas and Louisiana facing that flooding threat, you can get more information at weather.gov. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Brennan at the National Hurricane Center.